Hey Dave, what was missing with Landon today in that second inning?
I just felt today he wasn't sharp overall. Specifically, the secondary. I thought in that second inning there was a bad walk in there to Alvarez. You get Taylor 0-2, and you hang a breaking ball for the double, and then right there, we had an opportunity to minimize damage. And you get count leverage, you got Vientos 1-2, and then he gets it to 3-2, and then you make a mistake with your heater, and then that was a big hit, clearly.
Was the plan to always go to him earlier
Yeah,
in today's game?
it was the plan to go to him and take down the most outs today.
When that inning starts kind of going off the rails a little bit, do you consider going to one of the higher leverage guys at that point, or just with how things were set up today, were you trying to save them a little bit till later in the game?
Yeah, I really wasn't. I think in that situation, you still got to be able to finish the game, and you're talking about the second inning right there. And so you have a guy on the mound that has to eat up innings, and you go to anyone else, we're not going to be able to finish the game. So I think as far as kind of where we're at, it never feels good losing. But to feel that you've got your leverage guys ready to go for the next 3 games, I feel really good about that. So it was as least costly as it could be because of what Honeywell did, Banda, Henriquez did. And so that was certainly helpful. And, offensively, we got a chance to see their guys, their leverage guys, and force some up downs, and I think that was beneficial too.
Can you go here to one in front?
Dave, kind of just curious, that game against the Padres, you guys kind of went high leverage guy after high leverage guy and kind of saved Knack there for the end. What was different about maybe this matchup or this particular game that you guys decided to go with Knack?
I think today what was different is we don't have Vesia. Hudson was down, and that's probably the biggest kind of impetus for having to, or knowing you're going to have to take some outs from Knack, or else you just can't finish the game.
And what you see out of Honeywell, what role can he kind of play as a series?
He did exactly what we needed. He allowed us to kind of chew up some innings, keep us in the ball game. He's just kind of a guy that we just trust, and so to be able to get left and right out, those are innings that a guy like that gives us. That gives the best chance to win the following ensuing game. So it's not lost on anyone in that clubhouse what Honey did for us, and Henriquez as well.
Can you go to Bill on the left?
Dave, given that I know you said you have all your high leverage guys now available for the next game, but you have a day off tomorrow, you had a day off 2 days ago, you mostly had a bullpen day off yesterday. Why would you not go to those guys first, knowing this is October and this is a time to step up?
You just can't. You're going to have. Knack was going to have to pitch at some point in time. So whether you get through, you have 4 high leverage guys available, right? You have to be able to kind of still finish 4 innings of a game or 3 innings of a game, and so you got to be able to get into the game at some point too. Again, we don't have Vesia. Hudson was down, so you got to get out somehow.
And then if you do need to run another bullpen game in Game 6, would it be similar to today, or did you learn anything that might inform?
You know what? Honestly, Bill, I have no idea. Right now, just trying to process today, make sure that we learn from some of the things that we got to get better at. And then, we have Walker going tomorrow with a fresh, leveragey pen, and focus on winning Game 3.
Okay, Dylan.
Dave, what did you see from Ohtani tonight or today?
I thought he didn't look comfortable versus Manaea. The heater's away. You can see he was just kind of trying to keep the ball away from Shohei. That's what they're going to do. Shohei's very good with the ball close to him. So they're just going to, stay away, hard away, and if it's spin, it's going to be away. Just didn't feel comfortable. And then after that, I thought the righties that came in, they weren't about to give in too many. At least he took his walks.
Given the fact, right, he's, I think, 0-for-19 now with the bases empty, right, and getting guys on base, they have to challenge him a little bit more. Any thought into moving him down the order?
Not really. You know what? I think that, as far as on the offensive side, I think we've been pretty good offensively. I think the guys at the bottom have been doing a nice job of getting on base. And as far as moving them down, I just don't want to be too reactive. I don't really see the benefit. We got to just make sure that our guys are just still swinging the bat well. And quite frankly, I want Shohei to get 5 at-bats a game. So I think he's our best here, and I want him up there 5 times.
Far left, JP.
Hey Dave, is Gavin Lux okay? Was he healthy enough to play? Did the situation just not present itself?
He was not healthy enough to start, to run, to play defense. I had him ready for that DS spot in the 8th. I felt it was leverage enough for him to hit. Once they scored the extra run in the top half of the 9th, I just felt that I'm not gonna, risk putting Gavin in a little bit more harm's way. And so I felt Pages was the best option in that moment.
Ken.
Dave, the bullpen game worked so well, game 4 of the DS. Does today demonstrate to you the difficulty of what you're trying to accomplish, the low margin for error?
It absolutely does. It all is great when it works well and guys are throwing up zeros, but you're still facing really good ball clubs, and there is a margin that you have to guard against and kind of really appreciate the cost of the next games, and not forgetting that this isn't a winner take all game. It's not a 3-game series, so those are things that I have to be mindful of. Leverage, plus, minus. But yeah, I think that, you're right, Kenny, is, when you're on the margins and you lose a couple guys and guys aren't available, you got to figure out how to get out somehow.
Okay, we're going to take one more here. We'll go back to Jack in the front row.
Was Hudson just down because of rest, or
He just had some things that he couldn't pitch today.
anything concerning moving forward, or?
I don't think so. He should be, with 2 days, he should be ready to go for game 3.